This episode is brought to you by Honeysuckle White. If you're looking for ways to make mealtime healthier in the new year, make your favorite recipes with turkey from Honeysuckle White. Take the pressure off. Keep it simple and tasty without sacrificing flavor for nutrition. Whether you want a delicious sandwich or post-workout protein, Honeysuckle White turkey can do it all. Visit honeysucklewhite.com for recipe inspiration and to find retailers near you. Honeysuckle White. Eat what you love.
I'm Jason Palmer, one of the hosts of The Intelligence, The Economist's daily current affairs podcast. The Economist's award-winning shows make sense of what matters, from our special series on China's president to our weekly podcasts on business, technology, and American politics. Our journalists provide fair, in-depth reporting on the events shaping the world. To get the annual plan for less than $2.50 per month, search for Economist Podcasts Plus to start listening today.
This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 2610. How to Scale Down Exercise Instead of Skipping It When You Feel Low, by Rachel Trotta of racheltrotta.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Welcome back to another bonus Sunday episode. This is where we get to hear from one of the other shows in our podcast network. And today's comes from Optimal Health Daily. You can find that show wherever you're listening to this. And with that, here's Dr. Neil with the post and commentary as we optimize your life.
How to Scale Down Exercise Instead of Skipping It When You Feel Low, by Rachel Trotta of racheltrotta.com. Have you ever felt a little off or unmotivated and skipped a workout, and then it turned into a week, and then into 2 weeks? I know I have. I've definitely been there myself. As a personal trainer, I'm all about seeing people build foolproof systems into their lifestyles that create more exercise, more often, more easily. But as a human, I also know that repetition and consistency can be threatened by stressful life periods. We can get run down and fatigued by a combination of life and stress. We can have flare-ups of chronic conditions we're managing. We can get injured, and certain movements become off limits. Finally, there's the expected curveball that most women encounter every month, the fatigue of PMS. During times like this, it's important that we get past the superficial qualities of habit formation, rigidly doing the exact same thing every day, and dive into the heart of what consistency really is. Consistency isn't about buckling down or muscling through obstacles with sheer willpower. It's certainly not about pushing through a tough workout, even though you're running on fumes. Instead, the core of consistency is getting into the habit of showing up for yourself. In that spirit, I often encourage clients to modify or to scale down exercise instead of completely skipping it and waiting for things to change. The net result of this approach is that you continue improving even when you don't feel great. When you invest in yourself by learning to scale down and around situations when you feel down, you not only come out physically stronger, but also mentally stronger, with more confidence in your capabilities. As the saying goes, quote, "The hardest exercise is 1 rep of walking through the gym doors," end quote. This truism holds even if you work out at home. In other words, while it does matter what you do for workouts, for both health and physique, what matters more is that you do it at all and keep your momentum moving forward. Even when you're not feeling your best, there are many ways to walk through the proverbial gym doors and give your body exactly what it needs, whether or not it's what you would consider a workout. So, here are 5 ways that you can scale down your exercise to respond to feeling sick, overworked, stressed, or fatigued. Tip number 1, include more rest time between sets. Instead of dragging yourself into the next set while your heart is still pounding and you're still out of breath, give yourself time to completely recover. This will help you enjoy your workout more, as well as decrease the physical stress that the workout creates for your endocrine system. Tip number 2, take a walk. Instead of feeling like you have to kill it at the gym every time you walk through the doors, whether literal or figurative, give yourself permission to just walk when you feel overdrawn. Walking is very calming to the nervous system, and sometimes, by strategically replacing a planned workout with a walk, you can make the next day's workout even more impactful. Bonus points if it's outside soaking up some sun. Tip number 3, do heavier weight for fewer reps. Sometimes part of the exhaustion of a workout is simply the mental fatigue. Knowing that you have to do 8, 15, or 20 reps of something for 2 more rounds can be discouraging. This is partly why I encourage everyone to have some heavier weightlifting as part of their overall plan. This way, on days when you're just not feeling it, all you have to do is a few reps at a time. For example, if you were going to do 3 sets of 8 Romanian deadlifts at 95 pounds, maybe you could do 4 sets of 3 at 135 pounds. The heaviness of the weight will get your heart pounding, but you don't have to endure the stress of the repetition and endurance. Tip number 4, don't do high-intensity interval training all the time. As a general programming tip, let's collectively ditch the idea that we have to be exhausted messes at the end of a workout for that to have been effective. In fact, one of the most crucial mistakes that I see folks make, holding them back from what they actually want to accomplish, is to plan too many high-intensity interval training sessions per week. I see folks do this especially when they're stressed. They want to lean in to make up for whatever else is going on. Do this instead. Make sure high-intensity interval training is only 1 to 2 times per week for best results, and you'll be amazed at how much more de-stressed and energized you feel. And tip number 5, make workouts shorter. I often advise clients during times of stress not to make exercise part of the problem. When time management becomes challenging, simply make the workout shorter. In fact, can you make it shorter and possibly do it from home? By lowering the barrier to exercise, you make it more likely that you will do it and enjoy it. For example, if you have in your mind that you must take an hour and a half to go to the gym, it can be extremely liberating to embrace 20 or 30-minute home workouts. This way, you can free up more time during seasons of stress and build a more positive association with exercise overall. Of course, there are other life factors that can help you make it through stressful periods with grace, like sleep, proper nutrition, and social connection. But it's equally important to understand how to keep an emphasis on our fitness during rough times, as regular exercise helps to manage mood, boosts immunity, and increases cognitive skills, which are all the things we need most when times are tough. Plus, when a stressful or low period begins to end, it's an amazing feeling to find yourself still moving along on your fitness journey, and a huge advantage to have not lost ground. This reduces the likelihood that you'll wander into a crazy 21-day challenge at your gym or start a juice cleanse. You just won't need to, because you'll feel fine already. So if work's been busy, or you've been feeling off and you're tempted to hit the couch after a long day at the office, think again. Maybe grab those sneakers and hit the gym instead, even if it's just for a walk. You just listened to the post titled, How to Scale Down Exercise Instead of Skipping It When You Feel Low by Rachel Trotta of racheltrotta.com.
Shipping can make or break a sale, so optimize how you ship your orders with ShipStation. They make it easy to automate and manage orders no matter how big your business grows. And they might even be able to help reduce shipping and warehouse costs. So optimize and keep up your momentum for growth with ShipStation. Sign up for your free 60-day trial now at ShipStation.com and use the code POD. That's ShipStation.com with the code POD.
Something always comes up when you're running a small business. Any business owner will tell you that. Running a business is just plain hard. Endless to-do lists, employees to take care of, and your ever-present bottom line. So if you're a small business owner, kudos to you for staying on top of it. And now I have a solution for you. I want to tell you about Gusto. Gusto built an easier and more affordable way to manage payroll, benefits, and more. They help over 300,000 businesses by taking the pain out of tasks like automated payroll tax filing, direct deposit, health insurance administration, 401k, onboarding tools. You name it, Gusto makes it easy. And they really care about the small business owners they work with. Their support team is attentive and helpful. And since money can be tight right now, you'll even get 3 months free. Just go to gusto.com/OFD and start setting up your business today. You'll see what I mean when I say easy. Again, that's 3 months of free payroll at gusto.com/OFD.
Dr. Neal here for my commentary. Look, I don't think it will surprise you at all when you hear me say that I love working out. First, I will qualify this by saying it definitely wasn't always that way, but that's the topic of another episode. Anywho, I will also admit that even though I absolutely love working out, and add to the fact that it helps keep me sane, it may be surprising to hear me say that there are days exactly as today's author Rachel described. Days when my brain says it's time to work out, but my body is dragging way, way behind. On those days, the warm-up feels like a challenge. So instead of skipping the workout altogether, which would probably make me feel even more exhausted, I keep the workout short, or I will lower the intensity. Now, admittedly, I am the type of person who Rachel described who feels like I need to be breathing heavy every single workout. But that level of activity can be really hard on the body, especially if you're doing it day after day. So I have had to scale down my expectations and be okay with easier days when I just go for a leisurely walk outside, or even just spend some time performing some deep stretching or some yoga. In the past, I would push through these days when my body was saying I was exhausted and go ahead and try and perform high-intensity exercise, only to find my form getting sloppy and nearly injuring myself. So, learn from my mistakes and be okay with scaling down your exercise when you need to. All right, that'll do it for today. Wishing you a very happy rest of your weekend, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for the Sunday show and where your optimal life awaits.